It's time to rate Bloomburrow. Bloomburrow is the first set, I think, that's just full of cute, fuzzy creatures. And it's not an unset. This is a black 3 generic downwind ambusher that we're going to start off with. It's a skunk assassin. That sounds very, very stinky. All right, it's a 4/2 with flash, and when downwind ambusher enters, choose one. Target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 until end of turn, or destroy target creature an opponent controls that was dealt damage this turn. If you ask me, this is draft chaff. Well, sorry. Didn't mean to disqualify the card. It's just not particularly interesting. All right, Toads with Camilla. Let's get nuts. Oh yes, for anyone who is interested in the what's it called? Squirrel. This is a virtual squirrel show. For anyone that ever wanted the squirrel show, there's a black-green 1 generic 3/3 squirrel warlock with menace. It's gonna be a very menacing creature. Other squirrels you control have menace. Oh god. So basically, if you make like an army of squirrels, it's gonna be like almost impossible to block. Whenever you sacrifice 1 or more foods, create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. And pay 2 forage. Put a +1/+1 counter on each other squirrel you control to forage, exile 3 cards from your graveyard, or sacrifice 1 food. This card is absolutely insane. It's already pretty big for 3 mana, makes your squirrels effectively unblockable, like you need 2 creatures to block each 1 squirrel, and you can buff them all up by just paying 2 and sacking a food. I think this card is busted. Very, very, very good card. Dimitri says Wizard class got reprinted. Did it? Bloomburrow, no, only in Commander. No, this is not. We're not gonna count that as a Bloomburrow special, Dimitri. That's for sure. All right, next up. Is that a real card? The Squirrel Apocalypse. I have to look it up quickly. I have nothing else in queue. Squirrel Apocalypse. Otherwise, we're going to Turiot. Okay, I was being trolled. Okay, Vren the Relentless. Vren the Relentless is a black-blue 2 generic 3/4 rat rogue. God, these creatures get bigger and bigger every set. Ward 2, which means that basically it's impossible to hit this thing with any removal spells. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. Oh! It's almost like graveyard hate at the same time. At the beginning of each end step, create X 1/1 black rat tokens with this creature gets +1/+1 for each other rat you control, where X is the number of creatures your opponents controlled that were exiled this turn. This reads like a custom Magic the Gathering card. It's just so wordy for no reason. This creature gets +1/+1 for each rat you control. Okay, we get X 1/1 rats like that, and then we get that many rats where X is the number of creatures your opponents controlled that were exiled this turn. Holy crap, I think this is a very poorly worded card. Magic Gathering's not getting more complicated. This adds to the complication. You gotta keep track of where the quotations are, where the comma is. But I think it is a very good card. It's almost like graveyard hate. It's very hard to destroy, and also it's a self-generating creature machine. But you do have to exile their creatures. I guess you just gotta kill them, right? Okay, next up, we got Good Morning, Waking Dead. Kitsune with Eluge. The Shoreless Sea. This is a blue, 1 generic. Star Elemental Fish. Where's the fish part of this? This thing? I suppose so. Eluge's power and toughness are each equal to the number of islands you control. Whenever Eluge enters or attacks, put a flood counter on target land. Oh! It's an island in addition to its other types for as long as it has a flood counter on it. Oh, they're bringing flood counters back. And the first instant or sorcery spell you cast each turn cost blue or 1 less to cast for each land you control with a flood. Oh, a land I control with a flood counter on it? Well, it's not much of an incentive for me to put flood counters on my own lands around here. But its power and toughness are each equal to the number of islands you can. This plus Harbinger of the Seas, that sounds like a combo. Sounds like a combo. I like this card. But I want to give them the flood counter. Yeah, on target land. I'm going to give my opponents the flood counter. Yeah, island. Yeah, there we go. I got another island walker. You better believe I'm biased here. I'm super biased. Shalin, Innkeeper's Talent. This is... Oh, they got new classes here. It's a green, 1 generic. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Level 2 for a green. Permanents you control with counters on them have ward 1. I think that's... It's a pretty crappy ability. And then if we go to level 3 for 4 mana, if you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many of each of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player instead. I actually think this is garbage. I'm not particularly interested. This is like a bad hardened scales and like a bad, I don't know, protection spell. This is like a really over-engineered hardened scales or the Ozolith. I mean, if you need more of these effects, I guess. But it costs you like 7 mana to get it up there. Seven mana? You're gonna like take a mortgage out on your house to get that Innkeeper's Talent up there. Okay, next up. Is that a card? Overprotect? From Lewis? It is! Overprotect for 2 mana. Instant. Target creature you control gains +3/+3. And also gains trample and hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. And I still don't think it would see any play. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Hexproof and indestructible on the same card? I should be more optimistic. But like 2 mana as a protection spell sorta sucks. Like, you know, 1 mana is where it's at, and still even a lot of 1 mana cards barely see play. But this sort of does everything. It's a jack of all trades, frankly. Buffs the creature, you can trample over creatures. You got hexproof versus removal spells. You have indestructible versus board wipes. Okay, we got Merkarcher here with Kitsa. I should finish off by saying though, I'm still not gonna bet on Overprotect. I would bet against it. If it did that to all the creatures, now we're talking. Kitsa, Overball Elite. We got a Wizard Otter for 2 mana. It's a 1/3 with Vigilance and Prowess. Okay, tap, draw a card, then discard a card. Man, have we completely power crept Merfolk Looter. Man, if only you knew Merfolk Looter, what like your ability would look like in the year of 2024. Okay, pay 2, tap, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Activate only if Kitsa's power is 3 or greater. Well, that's like an achievement to unlock. That's a bit difficult. But it still has Vigilance. So you can attack, you can play spells, attack, and still loot at the same time. This is gonna go somewhere, that's for sure. What does Ward do? Counter target spell or ability that targets your creature unless they pay the ward cost. Sometimes it's mana, sometimes you have to discard cards, sometimes you have to pay life. That's what you gotta do. Okay, next up. We got Blink Somniac with Ooh, is Maha back? Oh no, I'm thinking of someone else. Maha. It's Feathers Knight. Double black, 3 generic for a 6/5 elemental bird. Flying and trample. Ward, discard a card. Creatures your opponents control have base toughness 1. So they shrink. And then this plus, I don't know, Knight of Souls Betrayal, and it's over for them. What can I say? I think it's a good card. I think it's a good card. I don't know if it's a banger card. It's not bad. So everyone's always going to have a card in their hand to pay the ward. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. It's big! 5 mana for a 6/5? Sarah Angel, eat your heart out. Okay, next up. Let's take a look at Dimitri with the Goreman's Talent. You love these class cards. You just love the class. No, we just looked at that one. You got sniped and you didn't even pay anything. Anyway, okay, hold on, but you have a second suggestion. Alchemist Talent. Alchemist's Talent. They're all talented around here in Bloomburrow. Okay. This is in French. Where's the English one? Oh, we don't have one. I'm sorry. They don't have an English version on here, Dimitri. Got screwed twice. Oh my goodness. We need a cuteness rating? Okay, I will give a cuteness rating. It will be on a cuteness scale of 1 to 10. 10 being high, 1 being very low. Yeah, and I know my cuteness, alright? My avatar is a rabbit, for crying out loud. Yeah, Merfolk Looter cries in a corner over this last, what's it called? This thing? Kitsa? Okay, we need more cards here. Jess with the Tender Wild Guide. Otter is a 7. Oh, Tender Wild Guide. We got a 2-mana 2/2. Possum Druid. They got possums on Bloomburrow. Offspring of 2. Oh, it must be spring. What's it called? Spring. The word spring banging is in my head, but that is not what it is. Okay, mating season. That's what I was thinking of. You may pay an additional 2 as you cast this spell. If you do, when this creature enters, create a 1/1 token copy of it. Tap, add 1 mana of any color, and also tap, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So this creature is terrible. It's probably good in Commander, just because you just want like random 2-mana cards that help bridge into your 4-mana spells. But outside, I don't know. Hold on, software. You may play this additional 2 times as you cast the spell. When arrows, you create a 1/1 token copy of it. So you get smaller versions of your mana dorks that can buff up its own creature. That is so clunky, though. Yeah, I'm still not in love with it. Other than that, also give this a 7 out of 10. Okay, next up, Toads with Thorn Vault. The Forager. Squirrel Tutor, baby. Oh, is it Squirrel Tutor? Okay, 2 mana for a 2/2 Squirrel Ranger that also taps for mana. Holy moly! The Mana Dorks, people. We got Mana Rock. What do we call these? Mana Fuzzies? The Mana Furries? Okay, tap, forage, add 2 mana in any combination of colors. To forage, exile 3 cards from your graveyard or sacrifice a food. That's insane, actually. That's a pretty good ability. Pay 4, tap, search your library for a squirrel card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. This is absolute banger card. And I give it an 8 out of 10 on the cuteness scale. I think it's a pretty cute, it's got a little cute little face over here. Very fluffy card. Next up, we got Steve Cooper with Bellow, Bard of the Brambles. This is your day, Steve Cooper. Oh, you want 2 of them, huh? Okay, Bellow, Bard of the Brambles. We want 3 of them. Okay, we're gonna do 1 at a time then. Bellow, Bard of the Brambles, green-red, 1 generic for 3/3, Raccoon Bard. During your turn, each non-equipment, artifact, and non-aura enchantment you control with mana value 4 or greater is a 4/4 elemental creature, in addition to its other types, and has indestructible and haste. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. That's absolutely nuts. So during your turn, each non-equipment artifact and no aura you control with mana value. Oh, it does have to be a pretty expensive artifact. I have no idea how to evaluate this card. This card is either like really, really good or really, really terrible. It's only buffing up like all the expensive artifacts, but why do you even have them in the first place? It's very easy to get out like cheap artifacts. Cuteness scale, I give it a 4. I don't think this is very cute. I don't really like the guy. I don't like the Bellows outfit. Also, the scale is really small. Not getting a good pose. Very menacing looking creature. Very scruffy. Very scruffy. More scruff than cute. Okay, next up. Let's take a look. Zeke's hyped up all the birds. Everyone with like an animal avatar is probably pretty hyped for this set. Let's go with Murmuration. It's Stormcrow on enchantment. 5 mana, enchantment. Birds you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance. So it's like it's an anthem. At the beginning of your end step, for each spell you've cast this turn, create a 1/2 blue bird creature token with flying named Stormcrow. I think this card's terrible. Now on the cuteness scale, I don't see much to be cute about. I actually give it a stone cold 1. It's not, well, it's not 0. I didn't say we can go to 0 anyway. Anyway, there's like nothing to see over here. Just some random... The best bird is in the bottom left corner. Okay, next up, we have Steve Cooper's second super chat. Murrah, trash tactician. That has to be a raccoon. Looks like it has rabies. Okay, it's we have a green, red, 1 generic, 2/4 raccoon warrior. At the beginning of your first main phase, add green or red for each raccoon you control. That's a pretty good ability. And it's gonna be at least 1 because you have Murrah in play. Whenever you expend 4, you gain 3 life. You expend 4 as you spend your 4th total mana to cast spells during a turn. This game is about to get really complicated. Whenever you expend 8, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. I don't know how to as you spend your 4th total mana to cast spell. Oh, I see. So if I spend 4 mana, I gain 3 life. If I spend 8 mana, I get to exile the top 2 cards and then play them next turn. I will say this card is good. Cuteness on 2. I don't see. There's nothing cute about this card whatsoever. Looks evil and dangerous. You stay away from that raccoon. Stay very far away from that one. Trash pandas are cute too. I love trash pandas. They are very cute. What is cute about this one? Look at this. Look at the teeth and the claws. Hold on, let me show you. I'm not feeling the awe here, you know what I mean? I don't want to cuddle up to this particular creature. Hold on, I got oh, okay, I get you another one, 18 Zeke. Let's try to redeem my bird hype with Jackdaw. Yeah, why don't we see some good birds? That's why we need to see some crappy birds too. Jackdaw Savior. The white 2 generic 3/1 bird cleric flying. Whenever Jackdaw Savior or another creature you control with flying dies, return another target creature card with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield. I think that is a good card. That gets a pass from me. And I'm going to give it a 6 on the cuteness scale. It's even cute. Actually, you know what? We give it a 7 because it's carrying a little mouse there at the bottom here. Note, expend only counts mana spent to cast spells, not activated abilities. Good to know. Pyro Bob, good to know. Okay, whoops. Missed one from Steve Cooper. All right, where's the last one? We have Baker's Bane. Baker's Bane duo. That is cute. All right, this is a green 1 generic 2/2 squirrel raccoon. Oh, it's like a pair. They are the duo after all. Enters the battlefield, create a food token. Whenever you expend 4, Baker's Bane duo gets +1/+1 until end of turn. I think this card is terrible. But the cuteness, it's 9 out of 10. That is a 9 out of 10 cute card. They both want to eat that pie. This feels like something out of Eldraine. This looks like an Eldraine art and an Eldraine image. So, wins on cuteness. Pedgeman, Valley Floodcaller. Okay, this is also the donation. Oh, here we gotta be more specific. From Steve Cooper. Oh, the alternate art for Mira is kind of cute. I guess we could look at some alternate arts. Oh, there's tons of alternate arts. There's tons. You gotta remind me of the alternate arts. There's many of them. Okay, 3 mana for a 2/2 Otter Wizard with Flash. You may cast non-creature spells as though they had Flash. Oh, that includes artifacts. I'm like, okay, artifacts, enchantments. I'm like, instants already have Flash. This is only for sorceries. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, birds, frogs, otters, and rats you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Untap them. I have a feeling this card's bad. I just have a I don't know why. I'm probably wrong. I'm probably wrong. Now on the cuteness, this is a 7 out of 10. I think this is really cute. They're on a turtle shell on the lily pad. It's a bit dark, but whatever. Hold on, let's go look at the Mira one. Let's go back to Mira. This is a lot cuter. Yeah, that's an 8 out of 10 right there. That's an 8 out of 10. The other one looked lethal. And look, you get to see it's what a fork hanging out of the armor. Okay, next up, Merc Archer. 3 Tree City. We've seen this thing. 100% going my Slivers deck. Ew, wait a minute. Isn't this just like Nykthos? This is just Nykthos. But for creature types, legendary land, enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Tapped, add a colorless, pay 2, tap, choose a color. Add an amount of mana of that color equal to the number of creatures you control of the chosen type. I honestly think that this is not that... It's like, it's as good as Nykthos. So if you enjoy playing with Nykthos and it's good in your deck, then that's fine. Like, at a competitive level... maybe I'm wrong. You know, Nykthos actually blows up the entire world in, like, Pioneer. Maybe I should give this more credit. Nykthos is stronger than I realized, and also Nykthos was a very strong card in Standard at the time. Not very cute, but what I really like is that they've gone back to seasonal cards like we used to have with Mishra's Factory. I think this is great that we have, like, fall, winter, spring, and summer. Oops, do we see them all? This one? I think that's great. I think this an elf ball isn't, though. Elves already make a ton of mana. Like, if you have a bunch of elves on the battlefield, you effectively have billions of mana. Next super chat coming from King Ginger, the Sunspine Lynx. We got 4 mana, 5/4 Elemental Cat. Players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented either. And also, when Sunspine Lynx enters, it deals damage to each player equal to the number of non-basic lands that player controls. This card is an absolute banger. This card is insane. I don't know where it's gonna go, but it's such a powerful effect. You don't gain life anymore. You can't prevent the damage anymore. Oh, and by the way, it's not back to basics. What is that red card? 2 mana, deal 2 damage for each non-basic land they control. It's like something effectively like that. I love it. So I think it's a very, very strong card. Yeah, good in mono red. Good in any sort of burn anyhow. Cuteness? Not very cute. I mean, 3 out of 10? 3 out of 10, sort of. Maybe. Christopher B with Jacked Rabbit. Okay, we got, it is a very swole rabbit, apparently. White, 1 generic, and an X for a 1/2 rabbit warrior. It's not even a very big rabbit. Oh, and before this, there was like 3 rabbits in the game. Now there's probably millions of rabbits in the game. This creature enters with X +1/+1 counters on it for Ravenous. If X is 5 or more, draw a card when it enters the battlefield. Whenever Jacked Rabbit whenever Jack Rabbit attacks, create a number of 1/1 white rabbit creature tokens equal to Jacked Rabbit's power. That's not bad. It's bad early on, but it's like a really good payoff later on. I feel, though, that this is going to be more, what's it called? More draft chaff than anything else. Cuteness, 7 out of 10. Even the little rabbits contribute there in the bottom right corner. Price of Progress is the card that I was thinking of. That is effectively the Sunspine Lynx. Yeah, that Sunspine Lynx is insane. It's just absolutely insane. Jacked and Smooth with the ladies, apparently. Super smooth. What the hell is he hauling? What is that thing? Giant eggplant or something? Next up. Who hasn't got a card? Julio says that Nykthos wannabe will work better for goblins better than elves. Oh, absolutely, but you know what? Goblins also makes very good mana. Like, I think actually it'll work well in a deck that doesn't make mana at all, like zombies or vampires or something, because goblins also is a pretty good mana deck. And my collection of squirrels will be epic. Everyone's their squirrel collection. The new treasure trove has arrived. Okay, Pedgeman, after seeing Valley Flood Caller now, do Storm Splitter. And then you can add spells with Convoke or Battle that give Convoke to everything. 4 mana for a 1/4 Otter Wizard. Haste, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a token that's a copy of Storm Splitter. Exile that token at the beginning of the next end step. So I cast an instant or sorcery. get a copy of this thing. That's it? Exile that token? What are you trying to say? And then you add spells with Convoke or that battle that gives Convoke to everything. I don't think that's that big of a deal because you just get one Storm Splitter. It's not like you can chain Convoke into Convoke. I think this card, you cast an instant or sorcery spell, just create a token that's a copy of Storm Splitter. I think it's garbage. It's cute though. I think this is an 8 out of 10. I really like his pose. It's got that sort of, I'm really cute but I'm dangerous pose. I sort of have that pose sometimes myself. Okay, next up, Alex Gibson with Long River's Pole. Oh, wait, hold on. We have a separate Bloomburrow version. Still, yeah, still pretty cute. 8 out of 10. Long River's Pole. Literally counterspell in standard. Blue, Long River's Pole. Instant, gift a card. You may promise an opponent a gift as you cast the spell. If you do, they draw a card before its other effects. Well, it's not literally counterspell. Like, you're replacing the counterspell with, like, them drawing a card. Counter target spell, if the gift was promised, instead counter target spell. Oh, sorry, counter creature spell. Interesting. So I can counter most of the relevant things, and otherwise have an actual hard counter spell. Just trying to think. Outside, I don't think that's that good. It's like a really clunky counter spell. But whatever, it's good enough. And we got 7 out of 10 art. It's a cute little froggy over there. Froggy it up. It's probably going to be good. You know what? Like you said, in standard, it's probably going to be good in standard, especially since it at least counters creature spells. Outside of that, I think it's completely worthless. Okay, next up. Henrik wants a card. Eddie Merck. The Crab. 7 mana for a 5/5 elemental crab with flash. Spell costs 1 less to cast for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. Any Merc enters tapped if it's not your turn. When it enters, tap up to 2 target creatures. This card looks busted. Holy crap! What are they doing? This is insane. This is absolutely insane. It is a 5/5 creature that cannot even be killed by Fatal Push. And it can be played for 2 mana, because you better believe there's going to be enough instants and sorceries. Is this common? Or is this I think it's uncommon, so it actually dodges Pauper. You tap up to 2 target creatures. That is a huge tempo swing. That is absolutely back-breaking, that you can play this thing at flash speed. And of course, you don't even need to play it for 2 mana. You can play it for 4, while there's enough... 4 while what you have 3 instants and sorceries in your graveyard. I think this thing's busted. Busted is maybe a strong word. This card is very good. I think it's very good and very efficient, so it definitely gets the pass. Very ugly card though. You know, I find the crabs that I see at the grocery store much more cuter than this one. I give this, you know what? I gotta give this 0 out of 10. There's nothing cute about this card whatsoever. All right, you heard the music. It's time to thank our sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. Forget Assassin's Creed. That's old. Don't forget about it. You can buy those things too. But you know what? With all those cute little cards we're reviewing today on Bloomburrow, you might want to buy them at FusionGamingOnline.com. They're already there for pre-orders. And don't forget, when you use coupon code Nikachu at checkout, you get 5% off all your purchases. And also, you also support the channel. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. If you want to test out the Bloomburrow cards in Pioneer or Modern or Standard, you can always do it there before you buy them in paper when you're renting with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_IEP. And we back to the ugly crab. I hope I'm not overselling this card. Like, it's still pretty easy to kill, but I still think the ability is insane. What do you mean? It's a crab, so it's greater than every other card in this. I don't know, like, how often are crabs completely broken? No, the otter was like Scoot Swarm for instants and sorceries. How? But it exiles. They lose themselves later. They get exiled at end of turn. Like, the Scoot Swarms don't leave. The copies make copies with Storm Splitter. You double the numbers on each cast. But then they go away. I mean, maybe I have to see it in person. So you go... Okay, hold on. What is it called? Storm Splitter? I'm going to look really stupid if this breaks Modern or something. Where's Nikachu's calculator? We got the calculator here. So create a token that's a copy of Storm Splitter. Exile that token at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, what do we need for lethal? So we have 1 Storm Splitter. I play 1 instant sorcery. 1 plus 1. Can't start with times. 1 plus 1. All right. The next time, times 2. We get to 4. So we're at 2. Times 2 again. Times 2. Times 2. We need 5 spells? Holy crap. And then 6 spells in what's it called? In Commander. Maybe I've underestimated you, Storm Splitter. But at least you're instant and sorcerer. But it's hard to play. Like, you just want to convoke. If you convoke, you're tapping your Storm Splitter down. I see it to believe it. I want to see it to believe it. Yeah, I know they all have haste. I still don't believe the damn thing. You show me. You all show me. Show me how it's done. Make me eat my words. Spectral Maniac. Dark Star Augur. Ugh, spelled Augur wrong. Dark Star. 3 mana for a 2/3 Bat Warlock. It's got Offspring for a black. You can pay a black as you cast the spell. If you do, when you create a 1/1 copy of it. Flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. You lose life equal to its mana value. I think for Commander, this is going to be fine. For competitive Magic, this is probably going to be pretty bad. It's just going to be awkward. It's just like a clunky Dark Confidant. Really? It'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. Cuteness? Not cute at all. I think this is awful. This is a 2 out of 10. It's better than the Crab. Crab is the floor around here. The Crab is the floor. Okay, Steve Cooper, who has been waiting for this set for basically Steve Cooper's lifetime. Prosperous Bandit. And chat, a gift 2 to chat. Okay, we've got a red 2 generic, 2/2. Oh, damn it, we don't have an English version of this damn thing. Okay, that's it. This was a super chat. We gotta look for Prosperous Bandit on Google. Hold on, give me a second. Prosperous Bandit, Bloomburrow. There we go. I found a Prosperous Bandit. Come on, Scryfall. Get your act together. Okay, Prosperous Bandit. 3 mana for a 2/2 Raccoon Rogue, offspring of 1. First strike. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, create that many tapped treasure tokens. I don't like the card. Cuteness, 10 out of 10. Absolute 10 out of 10. That is a cute picture. Now that raccoon is French. Sacre bleu. Maybe in multiples they're better. Yeah, there's just too much. It's not a big creature for the mana is the problem. And that's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is that you don't even get immediate value from the tokens that you get. You have to like wait till next turn. So for that reason, I don't like it. I'm not a fan. Sticky Bandit. They're sticky. Yeah, put sticky fingers on this. Gonna turn into the Wet Bandit afterwards. Look at all that. It's got a bunch of money. Stealing. Isn't this supposed to be like a bird? Like a bird that goes steals dollar bills or something? It's Steve? I don't get it. Okay, Toilet Duck with Jolly Gerbils. Jolly Gerbils is a white 1 generic 2/3 hamster citizen. Whenever you give a gift, draw a card. I think this is too group hug for my taste. It would be good in a group hug deck, I guess. It's good in a Funzy Commander deck, probably. Cuteness, Also 10 out of 10. I think this is cute. Look, you got the hamsters cuddling up with each other. They got big fish around them. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna eat the fish? How do you feel, fish, being donated somewhere? You're being gifted. They're not gonna put you in their tank, damn it. Okay, next up. Oh, English is the Oracle tag. Oh yeah, you know what? You're pretty smart there, Pyro Bob. You're smarter than me. I'm an idiot. Okay, Shalin with Cruel Claws Heist. Steal your opponent's Atraxa. Ooh. Cruel Claws Heist. Black. For sorcery. Gift a card. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. Exile that card. If the gift was promised, you may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and mana of any type can be spent to cast it. Oh, you mean you want to steal their Atraxa from their hand? Exile the card. If the gift was promised, you can cast. That sounds like this. Is this broken? So if the gift was promised to be cast that card for as long as it remains exiled and mana. Oh no, that's not so easy. So you still have to cast the card. It is probably dubious, especially at double black mana. I am not feeling it. 7 out of 10 though for cuteness. Very 7 out of 10 card. Okay, next up we got Pacers Fan Forever. Camellia the Seed Miser. Oh, we did this one. Sorry about that, Pacer. Give me another one. Give me another one. Is someone rooting for somebody? Okay, well, we got Bryce. Season of the Weaving. Probably Season of Weaving. Season of Weaving! This is not a particularly cute image. Is this cuter? Oh my god, it's cute! Okay, it's a blue 4 generic, Season of Weaving, sorcery. Choose up to 5 paws worth of modes. You may choose the same mode more than once. Paw, draw a card. Paw. Choose an artifact or creature you control. Create a token copy of it. And also paw. Return each non-land, non-token permanent to its owner's hand. I think this card is a banger card. And also 10 out of 10 on cuteness. Absolutely very, very, very cute card. This is the best. They're on their feet and everything. Banger art. Okay, does Pacers Fan Forever have a replacement? Do you have a replacement? I don't see the replacement yet. So you don't get a replacement yet. Does anyone have... Does anyone who did not get a card get a card? Is this a card? Stocking the Pantry? Or sorry, yeah, Stocking the Pantry. You called it Stocking the Panty. That sounds naughty. Okay, we have a green enchantment. Whenever you put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, put a supply counter on Stocking the Panty. Sorry, Pantry. Look what you've done to me, Jess. Look what you've done to me. Now I'm getting all mixed up here. I'm not trying to stock any panties here. Okay, we have 2 mana. Remove a supply counter from Stocking the Pantry. Draw a card. I think this is ridiculously clunky. The cards probably, like, these are all doable cards at a casual level. I just don't think they're that strong. Very, very cute card. I think this is a 9 out of 10 very cute card. Look at this. Why do they forage so much and eat so little? That sounds nutty. Carrot Cake +4. Is that a real card? Carrot Cake? It's not a carrot cake I've ever ate. It's a white 1 generic artifact food. When carrot cake enters the battle, and when you sacrifice it, create a 1/1 rabbit creature token and scry 1. Look at the top card of your library. You may put that card on the bottom. So basically, we're paying 2 mana for a 1/1 and scry. Pay 2, tap, sacrifice carrot cake. You gain 3 life. Not particularly good. It's still a cute card, actually. It's like a 9 out of 10 cuteness card. Look at these little rabbits in the background with their mouths open. Although, not that I know. I've never heard of rabbits eating carrot cake. Sounds a bit weird. Okay, Pace Fan Forever got something. I got one. Dragonhawk, Fate's Tempest. There's an alternate one. Not particularly cute, though. Dragonhawk, Fate's Tempest. Red, 3 generic for a 5/5. Bird Dragon? Flying. When Dragonhawk enters or attacks, exile the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of creatures you control with power 4 or greater. You may play those cards until your next end step. At the beginning of your next end step, Dragonhawk deals 2 damage to each opponent for each of those cards that are still exiled. Oh, so you just get, like, you know, you play the cards, great. If you don't play the cards, you deal some damage. Oh, and this happens every single time it attacks. Number of creatures you control with power 4 or greater. Well, you're at least going to choose one. I think this is pretty good. It's not bad. It's not bad. On top of that, 4 out of 10 for cuteness. Not the cutest bird around there. Carrot Cake triggers on ETB and on sacrifice. You get 2 tokens and 2 scries. I still don't care. For cards that need you to sacrifice stuff as cost, this counts for 3. Pretty okay. I think it's below very, very mid. It's a very, very mid card. Hold on. Give me a second, everyone, as we... I can see you're very, very excited in chat. So excited about Bloomburrow cards that I have to slow you all down just a smidge. Just a smidge over here. Alright, everything's good now. Okay, we got Super Chat. I gotta get to them Super Chats. We got Pabno. I haven't seen the spoilers for this set yet. Donate for someone to tell us which they think is the cutest card in the set. Okay, everyone, you have to tell us, what do you think is the cutest of all the cutest cards in Bloomburrow? Give your suggestions right now. Also mention that it's the cutest, so I know that you're, like, going for the cutest. Let's see if there's any similarity. So while we wait for that card that you all suggest, we're going to take a look at... I guess we'll look at Christopher B's Scurry of Squirrels. Scurry of Squirrels. We got a green 2 generic 2/2 Squirrel Scout with Myriad and Myriad. And then whenever Scurry of Squirrels deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. The hell's Myriad? Whenever this creature attacks for each opponent other than defending player, you may create a token that's a copy of this creature that's tapped and attacking that player. Holy crap. Then do it again. Then do it again? Exile. Do you do it twice, or are you doing it twice because it says to do it twice here? I don't know how good or bad this card is. I cannot judge how good this card is. All I can tell you is how cute this is, and it is definitely at least an 8 out of 10. It's commander card. These are all, you know, chillin'. These are all commander cards. Everything is a commander card. Oh, you're talking about, like, from Bloomburrow Commander? It counts. As long as this is not a reprint. I don't want any reprint cards. I want new cards from this set. Okay, I see no big Okay, we have a few suggestions. Kidnap. Potentially Vren the Relentless. Okay, let's look at Kidnap, and I'm going to choose which one is the cutest. We have Kidnap. Blue, Aura, gift a card, enchant creature. When Kidnap enters, tap enchanted creature. If the gift was promised, put 3 stun counters on it. You can control enchanted creature. That sounds terrible. These are all basically the same. It's cute! I don't know if it's the cutest. I give it an 8 out of 10. It's cute. You got this quiet, like, you know, raccoon minding their own business. Okay, what was the other suggestion? Pedgeman says Vren. The Relentless. What are you talking? Oh, the other one. It's better. It's a lot better. I still wouldn't say that's even the cute. It's cute. It's another 8 out of 10. I really like the one that was what's it called? The treasure hoarding guy. Okay, next up. Because I don't know what is the cutest. You gotta let us all know what you think is the cutest in the comment section below. Vac with Flubs the Fool. Oh, this is the toad, right? Or the frog? Flubs the Fool. Red, blue, green for a 0/5 frog scout. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, draw a card if you have no cards in hand. Otherwise, discard a card. Play an additional land rules. That's a very, very good ability. And whenever you play a land or cast a spell, draw a card if you have no cards in hand. Otherwise, discard a card? Hold, what? What a cat! This is... What kind of catch is this? This card was almost broken. So I can play an additional land, but every single time I play a land, I discard cards. Maybe this is completely busted. This can either facilitate graveyard strategies and card draw strategies. I can't even imagine what this is going to look like in some sort of dredge-like deck. Yeah, actually, I think this card is an absolute banger. It's probably super dangerous. Just play fetch land. You have no cards in hand, draw a card, play that card. Or even you might even want to discard that card, you know what I mean? 6 out of 10 on cuteness. Maybe the bug is more cute than the frog, I would say. Next up, we have some other super chats. We got King Ginger with the Recoiling Rebirth. Does this thing not exist yet? Does it not exist yet? Hold on. Oh, sorry. I put roiling. I'm an idiot. Recoiling Rebirth. Ugh, I'm still not spelling it properly. La. Oh, it's okay. I don't know what I've done, but I can't find it. Okay, Google! Uncle Google and Aunt Wikipedia always saves me. Recoiling Rebirth. Oh, it's called Coiling Rebirth. Okay, we can find it now. It was Coiling Rebirth, King Ginger. Damn it. Okay, black, 3 generic sorcery. Gift a card. And then return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then, if the gift was promised and that creature isn't legendary, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a 1/1. What's a gift? Are all the gifts... If you do, they draw a card before its other effects. I thought is it always draw a card? I think there's different gifts out there. I think this card's terrible. This card's awful. It's a 5-mana reanimation spell. Yeah, it's coiling. Thanks for letting me know in the past, Pyro Bob. The future Nikachu got your advice. It's a bit too late though. You didn't travel far back enough in time to tell me. Cuteness. Not the cutest card, to be honest. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Let's see. Mercarcher says, Dimitri, Tender Wild Guide token is the cutest by far. Hold on. Tender Wild Guide. The Search. See what? Oh my goodness! Is this a possum? It is. It's a possum druid. Yeah, that's a 10. That's definitely a 10 out of 10. But is it the cutest in all of Bloomburrow? You got this other one that looks like the possum is dying. Not quite the same. My bad. It was from memory. Don't worry. I know. It's all. They're all new cards. Damn it. They're all new cards. We don't know any of these new cards. Okay. Let's take a look at. Benjamin says, there is a card that gifts an extra turn. Oh, God. I forgot what it was called. That sounds insane. I gift you an extra turn. Shellin, Season of Loss. Season of Loss, black, 3 generic, sorcery. Choose up to 5 paw worth of modes. You may choose the same mode more than once. Paw. One paw. Each player sacrifices a creature. 2 paw. Draw a card for each creature you control that died this turn. 3 paw. Each opponent loses X life, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. I think this card's terrible. I mean, it's just basically a 5-mana board wipe, right? Or you make everyone sack 3 creatures and you draw, what, I guess 2 cards off of this thing? It's probably okay, but I'm not that impressed. It'd be better as like a X spell, I suppose. We could draw 1 million cards off of this thing. Next super chat from Pyro Bob, the Stormcatch Mentor. Stormcatch Mentor. Red, blue, 1/1 Otter Wizard, haste with prowess. Instant sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. I mean, definitely the card's good. I'm a little concerned. Like, Storm is gonna start getting into the red zone. It's like they used to just wait to combo off. Now they're like, well, maybe we can just beat my opponent down with a bunch of rituals. That's where we're moving with Storm. At least it's a 1/1, so I can snipe it off. I can snipe it off pretty easily. Enemy spotted. So can you re-gift a card? I have no. What the hell was that? I think I see what you did there. Okay, Dimitri, I want redemption. Wait, didn't you get a card already? Fortune. I thought we got at least one of yours got through. Fortune, Teller's Talent. I'm not. See, it was another class spell. Okay, this is a blue. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. It's for 4 mana. We get to level 2. This is terrible. You may, as long as you've cast a spell this turn, you may play cards from the top of your library. And after you cast a spell, like, it's gonna be really expensive. Level 3, spells you cast from anywhere other than your hand cost 2 less to cast. I think this card is absolute stone cold trash. And also, it's an ugly picture. We got 1 out of 10 picture. Sorry, it's not as bad as the crab. 2 out of 10 picture, and also pretty useless ability. We didn't get buzzard. I mean, this card is fine. It's perfectly legal. Next up, Steve Cooper. Non-raccoons need the love too. With like Bria, Riptide Rogue. Did we do Maha? We did Maha. You were here and everything. Okay, Bria, Riptide Rogue. Oh! Okay, we have our red, blue, 2 generic, 3/3 Otter Rogue with prowess. Other creatures you control have prowess, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. Oh god, this thing's busted. I'm very terrified of this card. It's gonna make other creatures you control have prowess. I don't like the sound of that. I don't want all my opponents who have goblin tokens play the damn Bria Riptide Rogue and then smack me for 100 billion damage. That being said, also super cute card. I think this is a very 9 out of 10 on the cuteness. This raccoon, this otter is incredibly proud of themselves. We did Maha. I'm pretty sure we did Feathers Knight, right? So I think we're gonna be gifting both. Yeah, we did Maha already. How did you miss that, Steve Cooper? I'm sorry. Yeah, how did you miss that one? Anyone not get anything? Anyone feel lonely here? Oh, Perch Protection is the extra turn card. Perch Protection. We got a white 4 generic instant. We get gift an extra turn.
No, God, please, no.
Okay, what do we get out of this? We get 4 2/2 blue bird creature tokens with flying. If the gift was promised, all permanents you control phase out. Ooh, and until your next turn, your life total can't change. And you gain protection from everything. Exile Perch Protection. I'm gonna gamble that this card is actually really good. You give an extra turn, but the opponent can't do squat about it. It's 6 mana for 8 unblockable power, and on top of that, all your stuff is like. Do you have protection? All permanents you control phase out until the next turn. Your life total can't change. Yeah, I mean this card actually looks super strong. It looks insane. And all you do is gift 1 extra turn to like 1 person. This is like aggro Teferi's protection. I would not be surprised if this is actually even a competitive card. Not that cute, but it's like a 4 out of 10. This is commander only. Oh, believe me, Merkarcha, there are some formats can play this competitively. But I guess at that, you know what? Honestly, I probably is not going to see play in Legacy. I shouldn't say anything. There's a lot of stupid-looking commander cards that warped Legacy many times. This could be it. This could be the next one. The Perch Protection. Pabno is like, time to make that blue-red pseudo-storm deck work again. So many cute cards. Oh, yeah. With the otter. They're an otter. Bjorn! I don't get flubs. I don't get flubs, the fool. Is every player allowed to play an additional land card on every player's turn? No, I don't think so. It's just your flubs. It says you may play an additional land on each of your turns. And whenever you play a land or cast a spell, draw a card if you have no cards in hand. Otherwise, discard a card. So when you play a land, you discard a card unless you have no cards in hand. Then you draw a card instead. So that's how this card works. Anopheles was skipped over. Who's Anopheles? Oh, here we go. Cutest card is Sugarcoat. Thanks so much. We got Anopheles on the show. Sugarcoat. Oh, like, how is that? That's a 10 out of 10 cute card. Okay, that is a 3-mana aura flash. Enchanted creature or food. Enchanted permanent is a colorless food artifact with pay 2, tap, sacrifice this artifact. You gain 3 life and lose all other card types and abilities. Card's okay. I wouldn't say it's super competitive or anything, but it's basically like they're making more blue removal. Stupid clunky crap. But it works, I suppose. Okay, hold on. I'm going to get back to you, Steve Cooper, in a second. I'm just going to start off with King Ginger here. My vote for Cutest goes to the infamous Cruel Claw. The infamous. Okay, this is a red, black, one generic. There's actually 2 versions of them. Okay, Weasel Mercenary. 3/3 Menace. Whenever the infamous Cruel Claw deals combat damage to a player, exile cards on the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that card by discarding a card rather than paying its mana cost. I'm not impressed with that card. Is it the cutest? It's so it is very cute. I think it's an 8 out of 10. I think it's an 8 out of 10. This one, it gets worse. Just too handsome, I think. More handsome than cute. The infamous Cruel Claw. Alright, next up, we've got... Is there a gingerbread bunny? Is that an actual card? No. It doesn't exist. Okay, who do we not have here? Yeah, love the handsome weasel. Very handsome. Okay, Turiot, Mockingbird. Making a mockery of us all. This is a blue axe, 1/1 bird bard, flying. You may have Mockingbird enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield with mana value less than or equal to the amount of mana spent to cast Mockingbird, except it's a bird in addition to its other types and has flying. Interesting clone. But yeah, it's just an interesting clone. It's a pretty flexible clone. Interesting if this card sees a whole lot of play. And I like the picture. It's probably one of the better birds we've seen today. I give it a 7 out of 10. The problem is, like, you know, the clothes on some of these animals takes away from the cuteness a little bit. Is there a card called Sugar Coat? No, we did Sugarcoat. We did. We've been there. Oh, that's the... Oh, you're talking about the gingerbread. Oh, yeah, I see. Gingerbread bunny was on Sugarcoat. Yeah. I just looked at, like, a gingerbread person. This is... I guess this is the Sugarcoat. Okay, Steve Cooper. Ral Crackling Wit. That ultimate is spicy. You're gonna keep the show going, aren't you? Ral Crackling Wit. And the... Okay, well... What the hell? Okay, we're gonna... Steve Cooper is gonna keep the show going for a little while. Raw, Crackling Wits. Is this a reprint? Or is this really Ral? If you go to Bloomburrow, does Jace and Chandra just instantly turn into some creature? For loyalty for Ral, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a loyalty counter on Ral. +1, create a 1/1 blue and red otter creature token with prowess. Okay, this is definitely a unique card. -3, draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards. What is this, a Bazaar of Baghdad? And then -10, draw 3 cards, and you get an emblem with instant and sorcery spells you cast have Storm. I think this is too expensive for a Storm card overall. Very cute card, though. I think that's an 8 out of 10 for cuteness. Yes, you become a furry if you go there. Jace! You're so cute! Oh, shut up, Ral. Let's see. Banovsky's here. I'm late to the show. Steve Cooper getting the Raccoons deck. I'm sure Steve Cooper is getting the Raccoon deck online. Bazaar is like draw 2, discard 3. Draw 3, then discard. Oh, actually, do you know what this card? You know, I misread it. Yeah, it's not I was reading it like discard 3, draw 2. It's actually draw 3, discard 2 cards. That's actually way better. So you like play that for 4 and basically have a whole new hand. Okay, I think that's a lot. Just that one thing makes this card a whole lot better. Okay, next up, who wants freebies? Because it's Steve Cooper is keeping the show going for a little while. Lily is a squirrel now. She would be. She should be a weasel. She's a weasel, damn it. She snuck away with Nicol Bolas once. Okay, Pedgeman, Innkeeper Talent. Innkeeper Talent. We did Season of Loss. I think we did Innkeeper Talent, too. Yeah, this card was terrible. Okay, we got Vac with the Portent of Calamity. X blue sorcery. Reveal the top X cards of your library. For each card type, you may exile a card of that type from among them. Put the rest into your graveyard. You may cast a spell from among the exiled cards without paying their mana cost. If you exiled 4 or more cards this way, then put the rest of the exiled cards into your hand. Reveal top X cards. For each card type, you can exile a card of that type from among them. Okay, so like instant, sorcery, planeswalker. Put the rest into your graveyard. You may cast a spell from among the exiled cards without paying its mana cost if you exiled 4 or more cards this way. That's crazy. So I get a free card if I have like a bunch of instants. Then put the rest on the card the rest of the cards exiled into your hand. Okay, it's a weird card draw spell, so it's fine. Not very cute. I don't really see even what's going on in this image. So 2 out of 10 on cuteness. Next super chat from Steve Cooper. Tangle Tumbler. Your time has come, Steve Cooper. Okay, the Tangle Tumbler. It's a 3-mana 6/6 vehicle. Pay 3, tap, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Tap 2 untapped tokens you control. Tangle Tumbler becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. This is terrible. It's a bit cute though. It's like a calamity of raccoons together. So I give that a 7 out of 10. Next up, Bryce with Arthur. Marigold Knight. Only one art, unfortunately. Okay, we got for 5 mana, 4/5 Mouse Knight with haste. Whenever Arthur, Marigold Knight, and at least one other creature attack, clear the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Tap, then attacking. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Return that creature to its owner's hand at end of combat. At least this thing has haste. So you can get this card into the red zone very quickly. Top 6 cards of your library. This reminds me of Winota. I hope this is not busted. So you look at the top 6 cards library. You may put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. At least this is 5 mana. I think this is busted. I would warn everyone about Arthur, Marigold Knight. 6 out of 10 on the cute scale. 2 armored up. So that would be 10 out of 10 if it had guinea, or 100 out of 10 if it had guinea pigs. But I understand the creature type would be awkward. Would it? That's a hamster, damn it! Yeah, how do you know the difference between a hamster and a guinea pig? At least in the art. Okay, next up, we're gonna take a look at... Okay, what's your next few cards? I'm gonna actually get through your next few cards over here, Steve Cooper. Tangle, Tumbler, the next was the infamous Cruel Claw. Didn't we do this one? We did, yeah, we did this one. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna go to the next one. Yagra, Eater of All. Yagral! Okay, for 5 mana, well, is there a cuter version? A slightly cuter version. 5 mana for a 6/6 elemental cat. Board, sacrifice of food. That's impossible to pay for. Like, it's a random deck. Why would they even have a food out? Other creatures are food artifacts in addition to their types, and have pay 2, tap, sacrifice this permanent, you gain 3 life. Everything becomes an artifact? You could blow them all up. This has huge blowout potential, huge combo potential. This plus collector, oof. Okay, whenever a food is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put 2+1/+1 counters on your Eater of All. I think this card is absolutely insane. And I think it's an 8 out of 10. I think that's a cute kitty. What else are we missing here? Rog Shod Duo. Or Rough Shod Duo. Some menacing looking raccoons over there. We have a red 2 generic 3/2 mouse raccoon. The mice and the raccoons are together at last. Trample. Whenever you expend 4, target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains trample until end of turn. Card's terrible. Or at least it's not particularly exciting. It's sort of cute though. We got a little 7 out of 10 action over here. Even though it's got this growling looking face. Gift for chat, but I'm done. I love this. You love the set so much. It's great. It's great to hear. You hear that, Wizards of the Coast? It was an absolute banger of a set, Bloomburrow. Okay, who are we donating here? Yeah, the Affinity. Julio. Let's donate to Julio. Elspeth's. Oh, the cutest planeswalker. I didn't know you have the hots for Elspeth, Julio. I didn't know you have the hots for Elspeth. Holy moly! This absolutely is the cutest of all the cards. Maybe not coming out of Bloomburrow the set, but of Bloomburrow Commander, I think that is the cutest. That is an 11 out of 10. And I hope we all know what this card does. Creates tokens. They should have errata to 1/1 white mouse creature tokens. King Shooter, can I have a freebie, please? Cruel Claws. I swear we did that one. Cruel Claws Heist. Are you... Yeah, we did that one. Yeah, you screwed up your freebie. That was a freebie, and you wasted it. Banovsky. All right, my girlfriend and I love Bloomburrow. Did you show artist talent? Artist talent. I think we did. Maybe not. I guess we didn't. Red 1 generic. Oh, we did other talents. Red 1 generic. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. That's actually pretty good. So if I just cast any spell, I can keep churning through my deck. And believe me, decks that like instants and sorceries, they love more than anything to discard cards as well. A level 2 for 3 mana. Non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. That's terrible at this point. Level 3. Or sorry, yeah, level 3 for 3 mana. If a source you control would deal non-combat damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 2 instead. I also think that's terrible. Honestly, I think 2 mana for its effect is not bad. And you get all these weird bonuses that are not that good. And also, it's a cute card. It's a 7 out of 10. Little MX Doom. Wick the Whirler. There's too many Wick cards. Sorry, Wick the World Mind. What is this, a gigantic brain? Oh, it's a rat warlock. It's a 4 mana, 2/4 rat warlock. Whenever Wick or another rat you control enters, create a 1/1 black snail creature token if you don't control a snail. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on a snail you control. For Rakdos mana, sacrifice a snail. Wick deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to each opponent, then draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power. It might be okay. I think this is a little convoluted, but it might be okay. I don't really find this a particularly cute card. I think it's like a 5 out of 10. I think it's a 5 out of 10. Why do you desperately need free cards? You usually pay for them. Okay, how about Whiskervale Forerunner? Well, that's pretty cute. 7 out of 10. 4 mana for a 3/4 Mouse Bard with Valiant. Whenever Whiskervale Forerunner becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with mana value 3 or less from among them. You may put it onto the battlefield if it's your turn. If you don't put it onto the battlefield, put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. I think the card's okay. The only problem is you have to target with a spell or ability. That's the problem. So it's a little janky in that regard. But you can target with an ability, which is important. So just have other abilities that target this thing. And then profits. Pabno says, gonna spend so much virtual money, get cute skins in Arena. See, that's how they get you. That's how they get. They were thinking about that. We can make so many skins out of this. Oh, me and Burley didn't get a card. Saw in Half. I think it's the first reprinted Acorn card. Saw in Half. Bloomburrow Commander. Oh, in the Commander set. They got chop up this eel? Oh, this poor eel. Realizes, oh, that's it. How did I get into this situation? This is impossible. I give it... I think it's a 7 out of 10. This is a cute little image. Little MX Dune, the Wild Seer. Scouring Maw is another commander content. Hold on, Wild Seer. I need English. Okay, hold on, there is an English translation. Okay, let's read the translation. It's for 5 mana. It's a 6/6 elemental wolf with trample. Enchantment spells you cast from your hand have Cascade. That's all I have to say about that. Cascade is dangerous. You're going to turn your Cascade into creatures. I think it's cute. I think we have a little cute fiery wolfie. 7 out of 10. Okay, with that, that's it, people. I hope you love your Bloomburrow. I guess this is going to be a set a lot of people are going to be there for pre-release. As usual, if you want to be part of the show, you got to be here. 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks everyone who supports the channel. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or super chat so other people can be part of the show. And thanks so much everyone for being here today, sharing your favorite Bloomburrow cards. People like Steve Cooper, Pedgeman, Bonovsky, Kano, Pabno, Toads, Christopher Beast. Of course, Steve Cooper is a huge fan of this set. What's it called? We have... Who else do we have here? We have Ketchup. Where were you, Ketchup? Hiding in the weeds over there. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you at the next cup.